Is Perfect Days the perfect film? That's only a question that can really be answered through an individual's viewing experience. I viewed it 2 days ago. By the way, I recommend watching this movie alone because it is a transcendental meditative experience. I don't think it's a movie you should, watch in a group to have conversations about until you've seen it. And then you can have conversations about it, obviously, with whoever you choose, of course. But with that being said, I think this is another masterful take on meditation, the human experience, life in general, by the director Wim Wenders, who's the director of another film called Paris, Texas. For the people in the film community, that's a film that's highly regarded as a journey just through someone's life and their past. And I think this movie encapsulates some of the similar ideas. It has a lot of Asian influence, obviously. It is based in Japan. But the life overview is also very Asian. The main character Hirayama, is obsessed with shadows and light. That is what he does in his free time. In the film, he's a toilet cleaner. It is later revealed that he comes from a very well-off family. His sister is rich. She has a personal driver when they encounter. This movie unfolds his past right in front of your eyes and discusses inner worlds and how there are many different inner worlds within our main world. As in, everyone's life is a completely different set of circumstances, so therefore it creates this effect of many different worlds. And that is another thing being said when Hirayama, at the end, meets the man at the bar that he frequents, the guy with terminal cancer. If you've seen the film, if you haven't, there's a guy with terminal cancer who the main character meets, and they have a experience shared involving shadows, light, dancing in the light, two souls intertwined, and then they go their separate ways. And that's a main component of this movie. Hirayama is okay with these moments. He's the most contented person you could possibly be, and there's stuff to take away from that. 1,000%. The contentness, the satisfaction with these simple things. It's something that isn't talked about enough. Everyone is just, we're pushed and pulled by emotions and, external factors, and he seems to be very centered. And one could argue that it is a coping mechanism to deal with emotional trauma from his past, which I think there's a fair argument to be made when you watch this film that, he's really using this routine and putting himself as a person that would be considered lower in a money-driven society due to his job status and whatever. He meets a younger man in this movie who's expressing his concerns with the lack of money, therefore the lack of romantic prospects, and that's something that, a lot of people in our generation, I'm Gen Z by the way, if you couldn't tell, is strapped with this idea that we've put upon ourselves a lot of ways, but that, what truly matters, does this financial gain. A lot of men are saying that they need financial gain to even consider entering the dating pool, which is probably detrimental to society in the long run. It's a very short-term selfishness, and that's why you're seeing societies have birth rate declines because of this problem. And I think that encapsulates well in this film because, that is seriously the mindset of the person in that generation. And Hirayama has the opportunity to meet people of all demographics and age brackets and just continue on with his life. But, it does raise questions as well about society as a whole. His entire existence is kind of a commentary on society just because, he's internally, it seems, very happy. He understands the ebbs and flows in life, the ups and downs, the happies and the sad moments. And he doesn't have the status per se. He forego the status. He chose to forego it because he believes in what he's doing. And sometimes less is more, my friends. Less is more. There's not a lot of lines in this movie either. No talking. It's very meditative. You watch this by yourself. It can touch you deeply. I recommend it. I really do.